right, hello, and welcome to week 3 of the Ringbound Journal. And this week, what we're going to be doing is setting some eyelets and getting started on a little bit of decorating, okay? Now, as always, I'm not going to completely decorate this for you. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is set some eyelets here. And I've picked out some white eyelets to do this with. And I'm using this particular style, which is a 2-part, because I like the finished look of it. And since you're going to be seeing this part, I just want it to look a little more finished. So it has that nice little ring that goes around it there. So I'm going to be using this one. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to get these set. And then we're going to get to starting on the decorating. Now, of course, I'm not going to give you every single thing that you want to decorate this thing with because I want you to make it yours. I'm just going to give you a couple of suggestions on some things that you can use to decorate it, okay? There are 1,001 videos on how to make every kind of ephemera on the planet on YouTube. You don't need me to sit here and show you how to make 16 different pieces of ephemera to put in this thing. Okay? Alright, so we have a front cover and a back cover. Get this out of the way. Put this back. Alright. So let's get our pages. Figure out which one of these is our front and which one is our back. Okay, so these are all in line. And this one, I'm going to say, is our front cover. Yep. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start decorating the front. And I picked out this little lace heart and this little wooden heart. I'm going to just mirror one on the other. So I'm going to put some ink on it. And then we're going to start walking through. I'm going to use the ink to sort of stain this. Muy better. Okay. And I'm going to use some 3-in-1 because that is, you know, it's a better glue for this procedure. Okay. Alright. So, a little bit of glue on here. I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this. In the middle and around the edge. going to lay this right there. All right, I'm going to give that a minute to dry. And then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I used a digital, so I have the ability to pull graphics, you know, and ephemera for that. But you know, I used a couple of different digitals actually, so I have a couple of different that, you know, I can pull from. But if you have a digital, you probably have these. If you don't have it, you're not using a digital, you're probably using a paper pad, and the paper pad may have some journaling cards or strips or things like that in it. And then, you know, you can always use what you have of your paper to make pockets and things. You can use the digital pieces that come with it, or, you know, with other digitals that are similar. And there are lots of free sites on the internet where you can, you know, you can get free digitals. There's quite a few places that you can go, and I will try to link a couple of them in the description box below. But there's quite a few places where you can go and get, you know, ready-made, pre-printed free digitals in different themes. So there's plenty of graphics out there if you don't want to buy a digital kit. There are plenty of options. Okay, so that being said, I am going to start by getting some of these things cut out and inked up and, you know, ready to go into my project. All my pages are inked, they're ready. So at this point, it's just, you know, about cutting out my ephemera pieces. And what do I need for ephemera? Well, tags, journal cards, obviously. Pockets would be good. Tuck spots. You know, and then other little things. So, for instance, these little envelopes. This is a free digital. I got this from a free digital site. I will link it below. And the lady who did this, I don't know who she is, she just made these cute little tiny envelopes that, you know, have roses on them. Common theme is roses. So, you know, this was a safe choice. And it's just a tiny, tiny, tiny little, like, journal card with a little matching envelope, which I think is adorable. You know, it's just, it's cute, it's adorable. I'm not fond of the fact that it's pre-inked, you know, that it's got that ink look to it, because I may want to use a different color ink. You know, I may be using pink for this, but you know what? It's free. And if I don't like it, well, I could just trim it a little bit tighter and just trim that off. Alright, so let's get... I always find that the best place to start is with pockets. You know? Like, put a pocket on it and build it from there. So, let's get this one cut out real quick. Finish this one up, and then we'll move to some pockets. Alright. So let me get rid of some of the scrap that I have just hacked off of here. So there are some pockets that either went with this journal set or that went with one of the ones that I used, or maybe I just bought the ephemera on its own because I liked it. But these little pockets like this are kind of convenient because they give you that built-in gusset, you know. So we're going to cut this one out, and then we're going to find a home for it. Now, I printed this on 110-pound Neenah cardstock, so 65-pound regular cardstock in white. Sometimes I'll use like a creamy beige color, but I have a lot of white right now, so, you know, I used white. All right. So I don't want this to crack. And one of the best ways to make sure that it doesn't crack is to go ahead and use a scoreboard. So all I'm going to do is line up my fold line here with one of the score lines. And I'm just going to put a small score in those. And any place that I've created a valley, I now make it a hill. There we go. Just like that. This can come just a little bit more over. There we go. Little bone folder. Got a little bit hanging out here. Just nip that off. We'll ink. This is a slanted pocket, so I don't usually find any reason to put a finger nip in a slanted pocket. Alright, so we have that. Let's go ahead and bring our book over. Let's find a spot where we like this. You know, where it works, where we want it to live. I think I kind of like it right there. Alright. So I'm going to get out my glue. A little bit of glue. Alright, here we go. And the nice thing about digitals is you can scale them to any size that you want. Okay, so I'm going to continue to kind of do this. You know, I'll cut out pockets and little bits and pieces, ink them up, and get them on here. Let me see if I've got... Here's another one. This one's cute. I like this one. So I'm just going to cut this one out. I cannot cut a straight line with a pair of scissors to save my behind. Just so we're all clear. Now, if I don't want the gusset on here, just cut it off. You know, the gusset lets you put more in, but if you just want to have a nice flat pocket, then just cut the gusset off, okay? Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to keep it. Move that out of the way. That out of the way. And I'm just going to kind of go through just like this and keep doing this. Putting in, you know, some pockets. And once I get my pockets in, then I'll come back in and talk about, you know, adding some journaling cards or some tags, things like that. Alright. So here's a trick on these gusseted pockets. Once you have done that, put a little bit of glue on your edge here and glue these down. It'll make it easier when you're putting this pocket down if it's all down. Okay? So now we'll go here. Now this is a little teeny pocket, so I'm not going to put a thumb pull in this one either. And I'm just going to work my way through all the pages. And so go ahead and pause the video and you do the same. And then when I come back, we're going to talk about these pockets that we have created. And we're going to talk about a few other options for decorating, okay? I'll be right back. Alright. So I'm still kind of working on putting in the ephemera and stuff, but I did want to talk about these. So these bigger pockets like this, there's a couple of ways that you can handle them. One, you know, you can just use a larger journal card, put that in. This one, this little set had this little folding tag, which fits in here rather nicely. When you put the rings in, you know, it'll be just, and you can journal on the inside of it. It has this nice big piece here that can go in. So, I mean, there's a couple of different options that you can do. You, of course, can always cut a journal card and use small bits of your ephemera to decorate that. And then you will be able to kind of work your way through it. Now, I know that this part is a big part, you know, getting everything inked and put in and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say goodbye for this one, and I will be back next time. We'll talk about some of those alternative decorating ideas. It's where we're going to add, you know, a lot more of the tiny little details and touches, okay? So, if you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends, and then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. I go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11, 12, 1 across the country. 8 o'clock over in Hawaii. I post videos on Mondays and Wednesdays and any other time I feel like it. I currently have 2 things going in 2022. The first of which is this. These are the classes, and the best way to get information on these is to make sure that when you click the subscribe button, you mark the all notification, and that way you'll get notified when these classes come out. And the second thing I have is my 12 of 22 journal challenge, and for information on that, just click in the description box below. There's a link. Go over to the link and watch the little slideshow. It'll give you all the information that you need. If you have any questions, go ahead and put those in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Until I see you again, stay safe. Bye-bye.